Good blessed Saturday night, April the 19th, 2025, the time being 7:40 p.m. I'd like to greet all human beings. Hey now. I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution of freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom to gather, freedom to associate, long as you do all of them in a peaceful manner. Now, if you a felon, you might want to check with your local law enforcement officials to see if it's legal for felons in your particular area to gather together or do any of the above that I just mentioned. If you on probation or parole, you want to do the same thing. Check with your probation or parole officer to make sure you're not violating your probation or your parole. Basically, what I'm just going to say today is pay attention to this CEO and president of the Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center. He has a consultant or a corporation called Stellar Consultants. He got another program. All of it is getting government grant money. Strengthening families. How could you strengthen families when on December the 7th, 2022, at one of your rental apartments at 603 Lee Street here in Charleston, Missouri, a sheriff deputy was with you when he went to your property to talk to a female that you was renting to, a female that refused to lay with you because you told her you wasn't sleeping with Pam, that your wife, that y'all was sleeping in separate rooms, and the female didn't want to sleep with you, told you wasn't her type. You see what I'm saying? You wasn't her type, so you decided you was gonna try to put her out. You was renting to her illegally anyway, because the house needed to be fixed on, which you did later after I exposed it. But the video would show Nicholas Pratt, a white sheriff deputy from the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Sheriff Department, who he was one of the smartest deputies, it's still some smart ones, but he resigned after that day when he wanted to arrest you because he told you was committing a burglary and an assault when you tried to force your way into that apartment, to your rental house, when this female you was renting to had 2 young children and you frightened them. That's a crime. But the present sheriff, Brenton Farrow, made his deputy unhandcuff you. He gave him the sheriff the report, but it didn't go no farther than that. The girl went up there to try to get the report. It disappeared. Nicholas Pratt is now working with a legitimate sheriff department in another county in the state of Missouri. But I'm just going to say this here. One thing about it, the feds and the IRS is already looking at your paperwork. Your daughter is your treasurer, but I went to court with her before when she tried to put export protection order against me like you did too. And both of y'all failed. You know why? Because I got a judge from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Gary Camp, that came down in this jurisdiction. A Republican came down in a Democrat jurisdiction. He didn't even put on his robe. You see what I'm saying? When your judges temporarily gave it to you, Judge Camp exercised the law. He threw both of them out. But you remember you and your daughter said y'all was afraid of me, but y'all studied trying to come around me. Y'all sent people over here to attack me. Y'all been trying to fight for some property. You see what I'm saying? That belongs to your wife family. Y'all trying to take that. You've been building on that house next to the police station here in Charleston, Missouri for a long time because the city ain't gonna let you do like they let you do in the black community. You just put stuff together. But one thing about it, you said there's only, to name 2 things that I done did since I've been down here besides exposing. I'm gonna say expose and expose. But see, all them people that you unuse, what you do is you take people off the streets that's down and out, that ain't got nothing, that's on drugs, or out here's women that's selling their bodies, or individuals that alcoholic, and you get them to work for you, guess for what? For a little bit of nothing. You can't show a paycheck that you done paid them, especially the guy that came to my house. You see what I'm saying? On March the 20th, and attacked me that's going to court now because I sit in the courtroom even before that, and he got a public defender. Why should he have to get a public defender when he worked for FedEx last year? Then he worked for you this year, driving the van around. I'm gonna leave it like that, y'all. You politicians, you law enforcement officials, you city officials, county officials that study letting Lester Gillespie get away with this stuff, the feds can arrest any of y'all. The Department of Justice, I'm praying that they take y'all down, young and old. Peace, be still.
You get everything you need, sir.
Is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we go be together.
Is there anything else?
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay, why don't you trust her with me?
First of all,
Hold on, wait, stop.
You did.
This is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it.
Stop it.
Listen to me, man. Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're
I'm
gonna do.
going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call first. I can call Brett.
Don't do that. Don't do that to him because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
This is what you're doing. You getting
I
on
opened
to
that door 'cause she was
everybody.
in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind me,
everybody.
so
No,
you committed an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house
You're
if you've rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
The door
closed.
was open, but she was
And
standing
she was
behind
standing
it,
right
and you
there.
pushed it open.
And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it open.
You said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
Okay.
There's one thing that this individual CEO and president of this particular organization, Fresh Start Self-Improvement Center, has done in the probably 28 years. Well, I've been down in 29 years, but the 29 years that I've been down here, the one thing that this individual probably done did right, and it took him about 7 to 8 months to do that. When they put this sign up about, I believe, August of 2024, they was too proud when I showed that they spelled village, Villiage, and it took from August to late March or this month, April of 2025, to change it to the right spelling. That's one thing that this individual in this organization did right. Not for the community, but for the young children who can't hardly read or write, so they won't think the word village was spelled the way these so-called scholars that put it up. The sign is even a little smaller. Another thing is, there's no question or doubt in my mind that this organization here would get government federal grant money, and the other organizations that this individual have is a black criminal organization ran out of our civic center here at 700 South Cy Williams Avenue or Cy Williams Street, formerly known as Elm Street. Now, I can't say everybody in there, but the majority of them in there, they know this individual deal in criminal activity. This individual asked me one time, said, tell him 2 things that I done did in Charleston, Missouri besides exposing people? Well, while you was being convicted of voter fraud in 1996 or 1997 in the black community, getting the alcoholics, the drug addicts, and the people that didn't know better, giving them back then $1, a bag of candy, a cigar, or a 40-ounce can of Old English beer, which all four of them, they equivalent to $1, to get them to vote for who the people that you work for, the criminals, the white criminals that you was working for, wanted you to have them to vote for. But you got caught up in voter fraud. While you was getting caught up in voter fraud, me and two other females, one of them was a Methodist preacher here in Charles, Missouri, and the other one was a Baptist preacher here in Charles, Missouri, Mississippi County. Both of them still ministers and doing positive things in the communities that they're in now, and I'm doing the same thing. We was going on the streets and in the jails. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get people off the streets. That's one of many things that I was doing. But now, I want the people to know what you, your wife, your daughter, your brother-in-law is doing. Some of your own family members is going to court with y'all. Hey now. Because you trying to steal property. You trying to take property that don't belong to you. Y'all trying to take property. That's what you've been doing for the longest. We know you don't respect your elders, and we know you don't respect black women, because we know right across the street from where you got this sign at 603 Lee Street here in Charles, Missouri, Mississippi County, what you did to that young girl in front of a sheriff deputy who quit because his boss wouldn't allow him to arrest you. Nicholas Pratt. I'm gonna play the 1-minute video when a young girl was screaming, saying, "Stop it." And Nicholas Pratt told you was committing a burglary and a assault, and you said this is your property. And he told you to leave or you will be arrested. You told the sheriff deputy you ain't leaving till he leave, and he asked you, why is that? You told him you don't trust him with the female that you was trying to abuse, a black female with children. Now tell him about the guy that you had driving your vans that assaulted me. Tell him how much money you was paying him, because you wasn't paying him enough when he went to court on April the 2nd, 2024. He had to get a public defender. All right now. Yeah. Am I a good guy or bad guy?
Be on there. Yeah,
all right. All right. He had to get a public defender. So what was you paying him? I can tell the people in 2012 when I used to speak for you, I went undercover, underground, because people was telling me how you was using them. And you would take me and my two young daughters that were 6 and 7 years old then to Libron and other places, even here in Charles, Missouri, to speak to the children. And you would give me $50 cash. And you wanted my social security number and all my information when you was working for Susanna Wesley too, so you can claim that you was paying me way more than what you was giving me. And then you didn't even give me my money after I got through speaking. You told me you had to wait until you sell some of your chips and pops that you was doing illegally, that the government was giving you to pass out to the children. And what about some of the other people that you had hired, had them on the news when they get locked up, instead of you trying to get them help for their addiction? You use them, give them $5 or $20 or something to that effect. But I'm going to just say this here. This individual is a criminal, and most of the people that work with him is criminals, and the Fed's going to get him. Tell them how much that you done paid these guys to drive these vans for you. How much did you pay that guy, the one that assaulted me? How much did you pay him? You couldn't have paid him much as he getting a public defender. I'm going to leave like this here. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of the people, the law enforcement officials at the shoe fit wear that allow you to do what you're doing, because the same ones stick you down before, they gonna get you again. It's bad when you're trying to rip your own family off on your wife's side. You know what I'm talking about in Benton. I was there. I saw what you did.
You get everything you need, sir.
Is there anything else that you needed?
I'm not leaving my property until we
there-
go be together.
is there
I don't,
anything else that-
I don't even trust her with you.
Is there anything else that you?
Okay, why don't
Okay.
you trust her with me?
First of all,
Hold on,
barged in here and
wait,
committed
stop.
burglary.
Stop.
You did.
this is my house.
You own the house, but you rent it, sir.
Stop it.
Listen to me, man.
Huh?
Fred.
Yeah.
Okay, go on and do what you're
I'm
gonna do.
going to do what I'm doing. I'm taking a report.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call first. I can call Brett.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to him, because he ain't even done nothing.
No,
This is what you're doing. You getting
I
on
opened
to
that door 'cause she was
everybody.
in the way.
But you getting
She
on
was
to
standing behind me,
everybody.
so you
No,
committed
no.
an assault.
You getting on to
And a
everybody.
burglary because you can't go into your house
You're
if you've
getting-
rented it to somebody.
Let me tell you what happened, sir.
Uh-huh. You barged into the door. I seen it.
The door was open.
Y'all stop.
The door was
Yeah, the door
closed.
was open, but she was standing
And she was
behind it,
standing
and you
right
pushed it
there.
open.
And I asked her, we coming in.
You pushed it
You
open.
said she was a
Now we
sheriff.
can do this. You can leave or you can go to jail with me. How about that?
Sir, listen to me, man.
Mississippi County Sheriff. No, that's the Charleston Police Department. I'm hoping, let's see what's going on. Which way are they going here? Going over the bridge. So it must be something happening on the I-57 northbound. They didn't go over the viaduct, which is Boomland. Let me ride my bike down and check it out.
Calling Street Apartment number 2. Announce yourself. Come to the front door with your hands up.
Ooh, somebody going to jail.
Anyone else inside 519 South Rawlings, apartment number 2.
Charleston, Missouri. Ambulance coming down Vine Street.
He smelled.
That's what I used to do, y'all. Hope everything is all right. I believe it's Throwback Thursday, going down to, look like it's Oliver Street that they going down to. And the projects around the corner, they turned this just projects down at Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority. Hope everybody is all right. It's Throwback Thursday, April the 3rd, 2025. Peace be still.